Alright, so I decided to do something a little bit different than what I said at the end of my previous video. That is to rank the DC shows and a collection of 8 animated films or animated movies from DC. So since there's so much of Smallville, I'm probably going to rank it as a show itself instead of individual seasons. A season ranking will come later. And I could probably do that first, but I think I will do that first actually. But to start us off here, I only brought ones down that I've seen all the way through before. So I have now seen all the movies on this Best of DC Animated Movies collection. It includes All-Star Superman, Batman the Killing Joke, Batman vs. TMNT, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Death Superman, Justice League Dark, Justice League vs. Teen Titans. I thought I hadn't seen that one, but I have. Suicide Squad, Hell to Pay, and Wonder Woman animated. So I have seen these. I'm going to rank these just by themselves since they aren't related to anything else here. And again, only 4 of these are technically interconnected. Anyway, maybe 5, but in any case, with this one, in first place is Suicide Squad Hell to Pay because I really enjoyed the story that they were telling. I like the Suicide Squad stuff. Even the 2016 movie, which isn't very popular, I had fun with. And then in second place is The Killing Joke, Batman the Killing Joke. And then yeah, so starting from there with last place is versus Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Batman versus Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I don't know a whole lot about the Ninja Turtles, and so seeing them in a movie alongside Batman was like, okay, that it exists. Next to last would probably be Justice League Dark because it really needed Justice League Dark Apocalypse War to really have a distinct flavor to itself. Followed by Wonder Woman, Justice League vs. Teen Titans, and All-Star Superman. So, but definitely Suicide Squad Hell to Pay is one that you should check out. If you're a little squeamish or don't like things that are rated R, then I would recommend All-Star Superman or The Death of Superman, maybe even the Wonder Woman animated movie. But if you aren't squeamish about blood and stuff, definitely check out Suicide Squad Hell to Pay. It's well worth your time. So I'm gonna show and tell you guys what the next few items that are going to be ranked together are. We have 4 Arrowverse titles here that I've seen all the way through. I haven't seen the entirety of the second season of Supergirl, so I don't include that here, but I do have the second season. So with the ones that I have seen all the way through, we're going to be talking about Flash Season 1, which I got a European copy of. Still works just fine. Flash Season 2, the American version. Got it for $9.99. Then we have Legends of Tomorrow Season 1 and Supergirl Season 1. I've seen all four of these three shows, 4 seasons. I've seen these each all the way through. The first season of Supergirl had a funny moment where Flash arrives, and one of the characters, Supergirl's boss, when she's doing her day job as Kara Danvers, working with Cat Grant, she her boss, Cat Grant, said to the Flash, "You look like one of those CW superheroes." Gee, I wonder why. He is, and so was Supergirl after season 2, or when season 2 started. So yeah, Supergirl season 1 I think is in first place here. But in last place is Legends of Tomorrow, because they didn't really develop the characters all that much, like I thought they would. And the characters they have are really cool, but they didn't explain very much about them. The action sequences were pretty good. So I enjoyed the season for what it was, but it didn't quite develop the characters enough in my mind. Then rounding out our top 3 is Flash Season 2 in third place. It doesn't do anything particularly like wrong, I guess, but I just like Season 1 more. So our runner-up is Flash Season 1. He interacts with the Arrow a couple times, Oliver Queen, Green Arrow. They were calling him just the Arrow at that point in time. They started off giving him kind of a goofy name. They called the Flash the Streak, which is almost as bad as them calling Tom Welling as Clark Kent the Blur, which actually became what I call myself in my sci-fi novel that I've been writing. Maybe I'll do readings of that for my channel. It's pretty good stuff. Anyway, then the other two shows, another couple of shows that I have here that I've seen the entireties of are the first and second seasons for Titans. This is Teen Titans for the adult audiences. They swear a lot. It's pretty violent. Every now and again, there's bodily exposure. But got a good bunch of characters in here. They got Raven, Beast Boy, Starfire, Robin. They end up having a different Robin, and Nightwing gets introduced in the end. They have Deathstroke. They have Deathstroke's daughter. They have Hawk and Dove, Wonder Girl, Superboy. So they've got a pretty stacked amount of characters. They have Trigon in the end of the first season. So yeah, very enjoyable, very enjoyable. So I think I'll rank the rest of these as their own entities. I've got both parts of season 2 for Batman and Batman season 1 with Adam West. It's cheesy. It's supposed to be. Of course, the cheese only got more noticeable over time. It hasn't aged all that well, given how dark and brooding Batman's supposed to be. Definitely not dark and brooding at all in this. but still a really enjoyable series. I have the 3rd season, I just haven't seen all of it yet. Saw maybe 3 or 4 episodes, I think. So, yeah. Ranking those, since there's only 2 seasons, really. One of them split in half, but the runner-up is season 2. I like season 1 a bit better. Season 1 ended with Adam West Batman the movie. The only season that I have seen all of for Wonder Woman is the 1st season. So no surprise there, it's in first place because it's the only one that I've seen of that series. Then there's only 1 season in existence of this version of The Flash. This one follows John Wesley Shipp instead of Grant Gustin, like in this one. Although John Shipp is in this version as the Flash's father, who is in prison for murdering his wife, which we all know he doesn't do because it was Reverse Flash. But the visual effects in this one are a bit outdated, but the super suit still looks pretty good to me. It's what they base a lot of the cartoons on, I think. So it's influential. It's an influential suit. I keep saying shoot. Then we got all 10 seasons of Smallville. Season 1. Season 2. Season 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. And 10th and final. I was a big fan of Smallville when I first watched it back when I was 11. So it's been about 10 years ago. I know, 13 or 14, something like that. So it's still been a long time. Each time I've rewatched it, I've liked it a little bit more and noticed other nods to existing Superman material, including having Christopher Reeves show up as Virgil Swan, who ends up telling Clark about his Kryptonian lineage and telling him what kryptonite's called and all that stuff, because he had been studying Krypton for whatever reason, because he used to be Superman. Spoiler alert. But yeah, so overall, I'm going to rank these all as one thing in the grand scheme of things. So far, our grand scheme of things is looking like Supergirl Season 1, Titans Seasons 1 and 2, and, Season 1, Season 2, Flash Season 2, Flash Season 1, DC's Legends of Tomorrow, the older Flash show, Wonder Woman Season 1, Batman Season 1, Batman Season 2, or Season 2, Season 1. I like Season 1 better. And then Smallville taking up first place because I've actually seen the entirety of the show. I've seen the entirety of The Flash, this one, as well, twice now. But the second time I rewatched it was the only time I actually remember watching it, because Dad and I used to watch it when I was little and I didn't remember that. Ranking the seasons themselves for Smallville is a bit difficult. I like season 7 where they introduced Supergirl, so that one's probably in first place because it's satisfying seeing Supergirl in it. They got a really attractive Laura Vandervoort to play Supergirl. And then I think going to my least favorite season, probably season 10, because they they didn't deliver the fan service that they should have. Now, that being said, they did indeed put Tom Welling in a Superman suit, but only for the last 3 minutes of the show. They didn't have him in there for an entire episode. They only had him in it for 3 minutes. Enough to be like, I'm Superman now. See ya. See ya never. So, I guess that would fall under audience betrayal because they were building up to him becoming Superman and then nothing. Anyway, last place, season 10. I liked season 9 just a little bit more than season 10 because I thought the stuff with General Zod on this was pretty good. I think he was Captain Zod, actually. I don't think he achieved the rank of General. But Kalen Blue does a good job at being Zod. Justin Hartley did well as Green Arrow. And yeah. This is when they started calling him the Blur. That's what holding him back. For a while, they even called him the Red Blue Blur because he used to wear red and blue when he was zipping around. Then next up is season 6. What's holding this season back is that Lana was acting like a jerk because she had married Lex and took on his worst personality traits. And season 8 I like a bit more because it introduces Doomsday, and they got Starkiller to play Doomsday from the Force Unleashed games. Starkiller is what's the guy's name? Sam Witwer. There you go. He's the human side of Doomsday because Doomsday can apparently transform from human to monster. Only in that franchise. Only in Smallville. Which is actually kind of cool because it's a clever way for him to hide. Then we got season 5 in, I guess, 5th place. That's ironic. That keeps happening. But a lot was going on in this season. This is where where Jonathan Kent ends up dying. Made it halfway through the series. I don't like the way they killed him in Man of Steel. This one stays truer to the source material, where he has a heart attack. But yeah, I like. Next up would be season 4. In 4th place, wow, the irony continues. They introduced Lois Lane right there in this season. She ends up being antagonistic towards Clark and being a pain in the butt. But they also introduced someone that went on to be Dean Winchester. And I can't remember what his character's name in Smallville was, but once he was killed off, Supernatural began. So that also is why I have this higher up in the ranking, because Supernatural was phenomenal. At least the parts that I saw through season 11. And I was like, I no longer have a way to watch this, and it's complicated but enjoyable. Then in rounding out the top 3 is season 2, Curveball. This was, I think, was the last season to have Sam Jones the Third. If I'm not, or no, it wasn't. Season 3 was. Sam Jones the Third was his best friend Pete Ross. He Um, he's there to help Clark. He doesn't know about Clark's secret, I think, until the third season, about him being powerful, to say the least. His superpowers, I don't think he knows about that until like season 3. Um, and when he finds out, he's like, "Oh, that's why you get sick around the meteors, isn't it?" He's like, "Actually, it's called kryptonite." And yeah, it's poisonous to me. Then our runner-up is season 2 because, or season 3, I mean, because it made Jor-El, his Kryptonian father, out to be a total jerk when he's not in any other medium. Because I mean, he gave his life to save his son. Come on. And yeah, but my favorite season was the first season because um, it introduced us to all the characters, for better or for worse, because some of the characters are not nice. Like Lana Lang's first boyfriend, Whitney's kind of like a school bully for Clark, kind of a jerk face, but um, it brings back Lana Lang from Superman 3 and has her be Martha Kent. Annette O'Toole, right there. She's Lana Lang in Superman 3 with Christopher Reeves as Superman. So it was nice to see her in another role in the Superman universe. Um, multiverse. Makes sense to have the same person play different people in a multiverse. So that is my thoughts on these shows. Um, if the comment section will let you, let me know what you thought of these shows and the direction they were headed. And uh, is there anything you would have done differently with the shows if you were the creative person in control of them? If so, what would you have done? Um, I would have spent a lot more time with Superman in Smallville, like have an 11th season of the show instead of just a comic book. Because there is a 7th season exclusive to comic books, but make an 11th season with the show and have it be the majority of the time spent with his Superman adventures. I think if they were ever to reboot the show, they could just start where they left off because they've already done all the origin story stuff. So they could just skip over that, maybe show Jonathan Kent's death again because it's kind of important to a Superman story, and then maybe show a little bit of his high school experience, and then cut to when he dons his super suit and show more of his superhero antics and his adventures that he gets into, because that's what the whole show was building towards, and it didn't deliver, which is incredibly frustrating. So yeah, just let me know what you think of these shows and those animated movies that I shared with the Best of DC. I don't think these are all of the best. These are just 8 of the best, because there are a lot more very, very good DC animated movies like Apocalypse War, Justice League Dark Apocalypse War, phenomenal. Flashpoint, great. Um, Batman Hush, another great one. Injustice was very good, but those aren't included in there. They're also really good. Wonder Woman Bloodlines, another really good one. So yeah, just let me know your thoughts on what I've talked about. Please be respectful. These are just my opinions. They aren't concrete facts. They're just my thoughts on the franchises. Yeah. Enjoy!